So, what if the ultimate vacation isn't about, the incredible sights you see, but actually the things you absolutely do not do?
Right, yeah, the things you actively avoid doing.
Exactly. Well, welcome to today's deep dive. Whether you're listening on your commute or just taking a well-deserved break, we're exploring this really booming new industry called sleep tourism.
It's fascinating, right? People are paying thousands of dollars to fly across the world just to, check into a hotel, lock the door, and sleep.
Yeah. Literally just sleep.
Yeah.
So we're going to unpack the science behind this trend for you today. And along the way, we'll highlight some essential English vocabulary. We'll keep our pace nice and relaxed so you can easily absorb every new concept.
Which is perfect for a topic all about resting. It's a massive shift in how we approach travel. I mean, traditionally, vacations are packed with nonstop activity.
Oh, for sure. Usually, preparing for a vacation feels like, training for a marathon, right? You return needing another trip just to recover from the stress.
Yeah, exactly. But we're seeing a rise in travelers like Ben from our source material. He lives in a really loud city, works intense hours, and he booked a remote mountain resort where he intentionally skipped every museum and shop.
His only itinerary was closing his eyes. But looking at Ben, we have to talk about his baseline state. He wasn't just tired, he was dealing with insomnia, right?
Right.
Let's define that for our listeners.
Right. So insomnia is the medical condition where your body desperately needs rest, but your brain just refuses to shut down.
Which is so frustrating.
It is. And that condition often stems from being burnt out. That phrase, burnt out, perfectly captures the modern professional condition. It means you've worked too hard for far too long, and your internal fire is, completely extinguished.
Wow. Yeah. And that leads directly to being exhausted. Let's clarify that word for you listening. Being exhausted doesn't just mean you had a long day at the office.
No, not at all.
In the context of burnout, exhausted means your biological tank is at absolute zero. Your adrenal system is totally empty. So I get the appeal of wanting rest, but let me play the skeptic here for a second.
Sure, go for it.
If rest is the main priority, what actually transforms a standard hotel room into a sleep hotel? Isn't this just an overpriced vacation? I mean, I can buy an eye mask from my own bedroom.
It's a highly valid question, but it really comes down to psychological separation and biological engineering. When you stay home, your brain is still anchored to the environment of your daily stressors.
Oh, like the laundry staring at you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
These sleep hotels manipulate your physical environment to force a biological shutdown. For instance, Ben's room featured blackout curtains.
Those are the heavy window covers that block 100% of outside light, making the room pitch black even at noon.
Yes, and the reason they matter so much is your circadian rhythm. By creating total darkness, the hotel unofficially stimulates your pineal gland to overproduce melatonin.
So you are physically tricking your brain into sleep mode.
You are. Furthermore, the room was completely soundproof.
Meaning no noise can get in or out.
Right. They use specialized acoustic walls and doors so you don't hear a single hallway footstep or, a city siren outside.
I like to think of your brain like a smartphone with, say, 50 apps running in the background, constantly draining your battery. The soundproofing and the lack of light act like a force quit for your senses.
Oh, that's a brilliant way to picture it. It stops that background drain so the battery can actually recharge. And to properly recharge, the physical setup must be comfy, which is the casual short word we use for comfortable.
Comfy, yeah.
But medically speaking, it means eliminating physical pressure points. Ben even ordered from a pillow menu.
I love that concept. It's exactly like a fancy restaurant's wine list, but for your neck.
Precisely. He ordered a firm pillow, meaning one that is hard and solid. And that's crucial for keeping your spine aligned and your airway completely open.
Right. And that structural support allowed him to take a deep restorative nap, which is just a short daytime sleep. It actively repaired his nervous system without his brain, snapping back to attention.
And the results were undeniable. By Sunday, he woke up feeling refreshed and energized.
Let's highlight that word, energized. It's the exact opposite of exhausted, meaning you've generated a brand new supply of energy.
Yes, which brings us to the core metric here, sleep quality. It's not just the duration of hours you lie in bed, but how deeply your brain cycles through recovery phases.
So high sleep quality is what makes you genuinely well rested.
Exactly. This is precisely why this trend falls under the growing umbrella of wellness travel. You are taking a proactive, scientifically backed approach to your health rather than just, escaping your desk for a week.
Wait, so let me make sure I've got this. This isn't just an expensive nap. It's essentially a hard reset for your body's battery.
That is exactly what it is. It ultimately proves that the environment we sleep in directly dictates the energy we wake up with.
That is so interesting. So, sleep tourism uses science and comfort to fight burnout and force us to prioritize true rest.
It really does. It shows how much we've neglected sleep in our regular lives.
Which leaves us with something really fascinating to think about. If we now have to pay premium prices just to achieve a basic biological function like a good night's sleep, what does that say about the noisy, bright environments we've built for ourselves to live in every single day?
Yeah, that's a heavy thought.
And what small upgrade from Ben's hotel, maybe a new firm pillow or some blackout curtains, could you bring into your own bedroom tonight to create a personal sleep retreat, something for you to mull over?
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Have a wonderful, relaxing day, and we wish you an incredibly well-rested night.